Here's another good question. How much do you expect to spend on a new X-ray machine? I wish I had a short and easy answer to give you. I don't. So what we're going to do is to go over some of the key parameters that drive price in an X-ray machine. You should expect to spend between 50 grand and maybe $500,000 depending on your application, depending how complicated things are, depending how much automation do you need. So let's go over the details. Three things drive the price of an X-ray machine. The software you have in the system, the X-ray image itself, how much resolution do you need, what is the quality of the image, and lastly, how much automation do you need? In other words, what's going to move the sample in and out and inside the machine. Starting with the X-ray imaging, the X-ray source and the X-ray detector, and the detector we also call a sensor or a camera. That's the device that's going to be collecting the X-ray photons and creating that X-ray image. The quality of that image, the resolution and the magnification you need on your X-ray application will drive how much that imaging train is going to cost. You know, just like in a car, right? More horsepower, and if you have a sports car, it's going to cost you more money. Same thing with an X-ray system. You have to figure out though, if you need a sports car, if you need a high resolution, high accuracy, high magnification that this imaging train can give you, and if you do, you have to expect to have to pay a few more dollars for it. So some of the things that drive the price of the X-ray source itself include the spot size, maximum voltage current, the target to window distance, which is going to give you the magnification, maximum magnification that you can achieve in your system, and lastly, how many X-ray sources you need on the machine. We've made X-ray machines with multiple X-ray sources and multiple detectors, so that's going to drive the price of your system. On the detector side, the material of the sensor, if it's CCT sensor, or if it's a GATOX or another type of material on the sensor itself, it's going to change the price, including also the size of the pixel, the number of pixels on the sensor, which also give you the size of the detector and how fast you want to read data of your detector. And then, like I said before, how many detectors you have on the machine will define how much the machine is going to cost. Another critical aspect that drives the cost of an X-ray machine is how you want to pass or fail samples, right? So here we have an example of an operator sitting in front of the machine, clicking the button saying that's a good sample, that's a bad sample. Another way you can do, and this is one end of the spectrum, the other end of the spectrum is a fully autonomous system, right? It's a system that has artificial intelligence or computer vision or some level of machine learning that collects data, analyzes it, and then autonomously says, this is a good sample, this is a bad sample. And then we can go one step further, and that pass-fail decision can drive an actuator, a conveyor belt, a robot to separate the bad samples from good samples. And that segregation is an incredible value added for autonomous applications that require the level of automation. So these are the two bookends of software, and you can pick something in between, right? You can have an operator assist software. So it's a software that tells the operator, hey, this is suspicious, take a second look. We have software that can measure things automatically and give the operator parameters that the operator can use to pass or fail. So all the way from fully manual with an operator making all the decisions, all the way to a fully autonomous with a software making decisions, and you can pick something in between that better fits your application. The last critical parameter to define the cost of an X-ray machine is automation. And automation is not only conveyor belts, but also robots, actuators, rotary tables, wherever you need to move the sample from outside the machine inside the system, and then to move that sample inside the machine to acquire the proper image that you need to define if that sample is a good sample or a bad sample, right? And then based on that, how that sample is going to move out of the machine. And if, like I said before, if in the process of moving it out of the machine, you're going to segregate bad and good samples, or if you're just going to let an operator afterwards downstream from the X-ray machine make that decision. And we've done it different ways. For example, we've had samples that are barcode So each sample has its own license plate, if you will. And then the machine reads the license plate, reads the barcode, and then makes a determination of pass or fail, and then on a database marks if that specific barcode is a good or a bad sample. So all the samples exit the machine, and somewhere down the line, there is another system that can separate good samples or bad samples based on the determination on the barcode. And we've had other applications where we have an actuator inside the X-ray machine that bumps bad samples out of the conveyor belt, thus only allowing good samples to exit the X-ray machine. And then we've had manual systems where human being opens the machine and removes bad samples from good samples. So again, from manual systems to fully automated systems, we can help you with anything in between. And it's up to your application, your throughput, your time to inspection to determine which level of automation we need, right? We've done all the way from golf balls where we can look at a golf ball in less than 2 seconds, all the way to medical devices where an operator can spend 5 minutes on each sample to fully determine if that specific object is good or bad. So with that, I hope we give you a little idea of the drivers of the price for an X-ray machine. Again, software, automation, and X-ray image quality. Those 3 things will determine how much your X-ray machine is going to cost. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the subscribe icon here on the corner of the image. You can reach us at our phone number, email, and website. Thanks for watching.